So, Antonio.
Adam, I have some exciting news to share.
Ooh,
On the social front, I'm going to be meeting up IRL, real life, with Brian Scott. He's coming into Chicago.
get the shit out of town.
Mega Dads Live is a mature rated podcast. It's for the Mega Dads, the Mega Moms, but not the Mega Kids. So put on those earmuffs and let's go!
Told me for a while that he might be coming for some work stuff, and I was like, come on out. I'll treat you like a king. We're going to have fun, and we're actually going to catch a Cubs game.
No way. He's
On
a huge baseball fan.
We're gonna follow up probably with a couple anecdotes and stories, and I'll tell everybody on the podcast how it went, but we're gonna hang out. When people come to Chicago, I tend to kind of overdo it. Like, I want to feed you every good thing that I know is around here. Like, I was asking them, like, how many times can you eat and how often? Because I'd love to have you try this place and that place and all that. And people are usually only in for a short time. I had a buddy come in once, and I took him like 3 different restaurants in one day, and I was just like,
Oh my
eat,
God.
eat, and then he like passed out and slept for like 18 hours. It was crazy. But I'm gonna fill you with cheese. I'm gonna fill you with like fried food. I'm gonna fill you with like the best stuff. If you ever come to Chicago, and we can chill, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really fun.
Here's the thing, is that next month I'm going to Japan, and on the
Yes.
way back, well, actually both ways, I'm flying out of Chicago.
Shut up!
So
Oh my god!
on the way out, we have about like maybe an hour before we connect to our departing flight out there. But on the way back,
Yeah.
I think we've got like a 4 or 5 hour layover in
Yeah,
Chicago.
dope.
I'm gonna be absolutely dead, like
Yeah,
and wrecked
I hear
from
you.
jet lag.
Yeah, you'll be
But
right.
if we can figure something out where
Yeah.
we can meet at the curb outside the airport, and you
Are
can
you
put cheese in me,
are you O'Hare or are you Midway? Do you know?
I
It's
don't know. I'll have to
different.
figure
Yeah,
that
we'll
out.
figure
But
it out. But that's cool. No, if I go to visit you, like if people come into town to visit you ever, what is it the one thing that they have to do, that they have to see, that you usually do with them? Like, what's your big touristy, or your big, like, what's your claim to fame over there in Big Little Falls, Minnesota?
my cock.
It's like, let me show you this really quick. IRL. Let me just break out a fat chubby and put this in your
Well,
lap really
Dave
quick.
Moore came out last year for Extra Life, and
Dave Moore's so cool. I wish I would have came when he came, because he was like, you gotta go, and I couldn't.
Yeah, we went to the 5-8 restaurant, which is a Juicy Lucy. You have Juicy? I assume you have Juicy Lucy.
I'm married. I can't do that anymore.
I get it. No, but it's a burger infused with cheese, and he's like the food guy, right? So he's like, I want to eat something very Minnesotan. So I'm like, well,
A burger infused with cheese.
the cheese. Oh, you don't have Juicy Lucy? Okay,
So they mix it all up, I guess.
instead of the cheese being on the burger, the cheese is injected liquid style inside the burger, and so as you eat it, it just gushes. It just pours out of you like a. It's delicious.
It
It's
seems
absolutely.
excessive. I'm not gonna lie to you. It seems excessive.
It's very Minnesotan, where it's like we're just gonna fill you with grease and cheese and meat. Like, it's absolutely that, but it is fucking delicious. Absolutely.
I'll believe you. I'll try it. Why not?
That and my cock.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Mega Dads Live. But we need to take a moment to thank the folks who make this podcast possible, and that is our Mega Dads Boost community. If you enjoy everything we do here at Mega Dads, whether it's this show right here, or our reviews, or VR Rundown, or any of the other great stuff that we do, you can help support us for as little as $1 a month by going to patreon.com/Megadads. Not only that, but you get every episode of Megadads Live boosted 5 days early and completely ad-free. All you got to do is go to patreon.com/Megadads, pledge $1 or more, and you get your own personal feed Our members of Megadad's Boost for the month of May 2025 are the Nintendo Dads Podcast, Justin Masson, Botho Yucks Dudes, David Snyder, Luke Porter, Andy Penzick, Timothy Olf, Jesse Waldack, Dave Soto, The Snack Network, Brandon Wilson, Brendan Myers, Estuardo Zenteno, John DeFrancesco, Brent, Emily Smith, Spokes, Eric Wood, and welcome our newest member of Megadad's Boost, Paul D. The D in Paul D stands for delightful. And of course, we have folks hanging out in the free tier as well. Let's give it up for Brian Scott, Mike Salvino, Petey McD, Nima, Sonny Megatron, Michael Kwan, John Layola, One Track Gamers, Avi Cohen, Coconut Wizard, and Solara Clark. Thank you to all of our members of Megadad's Boost. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your contributions. We appreciate you watching this episode of Megadad's Live. Now back to the show. All right, it's time for Parent of the Month. Every month here on Megadad's Live, we like to discuss the crowning achievement of the best parents in America. And as we all know, Americans are the best at everything.
Yes.
Especially parenting. This month's Parent of the Month is a father in Van Nuys, California, who is currently facing child abuse charges after allegedly leaving his 9-month-old daughter locked in a car for an hour while he got a lap dance at a strip club. I'm going to try to pronounce this guy's name. It's Awin Dargan. Awin Dargan? Awin Dargan.
Oh
He
my
pleaded not
God.
guilty on Monday in connection with his incident at the Sin Gentlemen's Club in North Hills.
Jeez.
Assistant manager Matthew Nadeau was walking through the strip club parking lot when he noticed a customer leaving the club every 15 minutes and then returning. Nadeau checked out the customer's car and saw a baby girl strapped in the back seat. Nadeau and a waitress at the strip club rescued the child with the help of another person who worked at a neighboring business. They got into the car by pushing down the car window that was left a crack open. So at least this guy cracked the window, right? Like, he's not all bad. He cracked the window. After Nadeau told his boss about the abandoned child, they figured out that she was Dargan's child, interrupted his lap dance, and tried to, interject, hey, your kid is out in a steaming vehicle while you're getting a boner in Sin Gentlemen's Club. Dargan left the club saying, "Just give me my baby. I know I messed up." Nadeau refused, and they got Child Protective Services involved. This dude is now on trial. If convicted, he faces up to 6 years in a state prison. And my God, this is truly terrifying. I have trouble leaving my son home while I go to the grocery store for like half an hour, and he's 10 years old, and I get those nervous heebie-jeebies. We've just started leaving him alone while we run small errands, and it makes me incredibly nervous.
Yeah.
Even though I know he's totally fine. He's responsible enough. He's beat Resident Evil 8 in VR. I know he can take care of himself, right?
Yeah.
A 9-month-old baby strapped in the back of a car in a strip club parking lot? Thoughts on this?
So, it's just too easy, too low hanging fruit to like condemn this dude because it's so stupid. He's 24. He how to be like addicted to some sloppy, strip dance like that is so important. Like, I understand, like, for instance, for like drugs, like, you're literally addicted, you're screwed out of your mind, and you're like, you leave a kid to go like buy drugs. Like, that's one thing. But for some sloppy, like, I don't know why I keep saying sloppy. I'm sure you've got
a picture in your head.
I'm sure it's a high-end establishment. But like, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is just not worth it to me. The other thing though is thinking pragmatically, like, I think that some of these businesses should allow children if the parent's okay with it.
Yeah.
Because why couldn't the baby be in like the car seat right there?
Right.
Just chilling inside. Like, it doesn't know what's going on. Like,
you gotta learn eventually how to properly oil a booty.
know what I'm saying?
multitask, but keep your child safe if you're gonna be doing something for yourself, because that's what it is. It's like, I'm watching my kid, but they can't be in here with me, so now I have to leave them outside. It's like, just make it easier on the stupid people who are like gonna do something like this, and just let kids into places. That might help a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe my head's going the wrong direction
No,
on that, but
I think you're right. It's society's fault. I think
support them. I don't know. So
how else are you going to learn about nipple tassels if you're
I
not
told you
allowed
that
inside Sin's Gentlemen's Club?
I think I mentioned it on the podcast before. We were like in front of it was a cold Chicago day in front of a liquor store, and this guy in this Tesla gets out of the car, pulls the baby. He's wearing a jacket, but pulls his baby out without any socks, without any shoes on, no jacket, and just like kind of takes the baby inside of the liquor store, and you see him like getting like shit out or whatever. So again, takes the baby into the store, but does not bundle the baby. The baby doesn't have foot cover. It's winter, like he is bundled,
Yeah.
but the baby's just free balling it. Like these are the decisions that parents are making that just like blow my mind. It's like there's no critical thinking happening at all, like in this scenario. This is wild.
It both pisses me off and also like makes me insanely jealous. Like the fact that I am so restricted and held back by my belief of putting my family first. And there are so many other people that they're just unshackled. They're just like, I don't give a flying fuck. I'm going to do the thing that I need or want to do, regardless of my responsibilities.
At all costs, I need this lap dance. I don't care if my kid is like taken from my car. Like, what the hell?
Just once, I would like that feeling to overcome me, where I just do something for myself. I haven't done something for myself in 12 years. You know what I'm saying?
God.
You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
envy this person. This person's a delinquent.
This particular situation aside, obviously this is an extreme, but man, wouldn't you just like to just do something so egregiously selfish and not feel bad about it? Like, I've done selfish things, but I have that guilt and that shame afterwards. This dude's got no guilt, no shame.
I don't know.
All right. Whatever.
The place to be for Megadads socials is the Megadads Discord, where you can engage with your favorite Megadads as well as other friends of the Megadads every single day in our stress-free and welcoming social space. When you're a member of our Discord, you will get alerts for all of our content drops, so you never have to miss a review, a podcast, or a hot take. Partake in our fun weekly Megadads holidays like Waluigi Wednesday and Final Fantasy Sunday. Megadads Discord is fun, free, and follows you wherever you go. Join us today and become part of the conversation.
Let's talk about a video game.
But the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key.
Blueprints is a puzzle game developed by Dogyo Bomb. That's a great name, Dogyo Bomb, and it's available for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. And not only that, it's available as part of Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. The way God intended.
Yeah.
Games are just shitting out on this service. This is such a great game. I know you tried it. I know it didn't really click with you. At least that's my last impression that I heard from you, is that it wasn't really quite your ball of wax. Blueprints is a puzzle game that has absolutely pickled my brain in the best possible ways. It is a game that, by all accounts, should not appeal to me. It is a rogue experience. I hate rogue games. I hate games where you have to backtrack and do the same thing over and over. And that is the core and foundation of what Blueprints is. This game is all about you are a young boy who inherits the estate of your rich uncle. It is a giant mansion that is 45 rooms deep, and you are charged with finding the 46th room in order to collect your inheritance. It is a puzzle that is ever changing, ever shuffling, and the way it plays is there is a board. Think of it like a clue board. It's a board game essentially. There's
Yeah.
a grid that is 5 tiles wide and
6, 7, some
6
shit.
or 7 tiles deep. I don't know. Do the math. 45, whatever. And as you progress through this mansion, you draw a hand. There are a multitude of cards that you can play to put on that tile board. Each card is a different room. Rooms will have different puzzles within them, different perks. Maybe they'll enhance certain gameplay aspects, and different exit points. So some rooms are dead ends, and you place these tiles as you go on this grid, and the whole purpose is you want to get as far into the house as you can, solve the puzzles within it, so that you can get to the 46th room and claim your prize. I want you to tell me what your experience was with Blueprints before I start to talk about how this game has absolutely wrecked my brain and enveloped my life.
It got me because of like people talking it up. So that's number one. But the concept is so hard to explain in words. It takes a lot to really get the concept across. So there's a start point in the entrance, like the foyer, and then there's an end point. And you're laying down, you get to choose, the options that they give you. It's like, now when you walk through this door, do you want the room to be a closet? Do you want it to be a puzzle room? Do you want it to be just a hallway with 3 exits to it, 3 additional doors? Or like you said, it's a dead end, but it has an item in it, or it has 2 exits, not 3. It'll take you north, but not east or west. Like, these are the choices you're making. And it's cool. It's like, okay, I got it. It had a nice visual style. I'm thinking that you have to put the next room down to get further north, because you start south and you're working your way north on this grid. And I'm thinking, okay, all that there's going to be to this is like some strategy about getting north as quickly
Yeah, you
as
think
possible.
it's a maze. It's just a maze,
Yeah,
right?
it's a maze. It's just like you only have a limited number of options, but then it's so much more. And that's where it lost me, because it has so many things at play for sure. There's different colored rooms. You can find keys in certain rooms. And then when you make a choice that, okay, I want my next room to be a place where I can spend my money or use that key on a door, like, then it's another layer. Now, like, every colored room has something to it. Like, there's something about red rooms versus blue rooms. Like, there's concept after concept after concept, but it doesn't tell you the why. It's like, figure it out. There are some things. There are some tutorial like hints. Like, I got to this room where there was a telescope, and it started to say, like, okay, so when you do this, is you're going to unlock a permanent perk, and now you get to do XYZ. And now that's like the roguelike element to it. So things are changing run to run to kind of help you out a bit. Like, you find a security room and it's like, oh, you got here, but now you understand that there's something to that. And you got to be prepared at some point with the way to use that security room. There's a blackout that could happen. Like, power has something to do with it. And it lost me after just like 4 or 5 runs, because I was laying down my tiles, failing, running out of space to go. And I had no confidence in my mental ability that I was going to get any further or make any progress. I just didn't understand how to do it. So I quit. What is it that hooks you about the game?
This game, its closest parallel, I would say, as far as my gameplay experience, is Outer Wilds, which was another game that was about playing it and learning it through the act of playing it. Not just learning gameplay mechanics, but learning the language of the game. And that was another game where you would get to a certain point and then you would die and you would start over again, and you would use that knowledge to progress. The way that Blueprints is different is, while you are gaining knowledge that you're applying to your next run, you're also leveling up yourself and the house as well. So there are steps in this game, which is, you can think of it kind of like health or stamina. every time you walk from one room to another, you lose a step. And there are certain rooms that will help increase your steps, so you'll get more health. There are certain rooms that will decrease your steps. But that is one of the things that you can level up in this game.
Oh.
So as you play, you might have a run that will permanently increase your steps. And so now from this point forward, you have more stamina to explore more of the house. You can do that with steps. You can do that with your money. Money is something that you kind of randomly accrue based on what rooms you go in. But there gets to be a point in this game where you can start with an excess amount of money based on leveling up your character. And then you do this to the house itself. You can enhance certain rooms so that every time you draw this room card, now it will reward you with keys or money or a certain item. A lot of this game is random, but a lot of this game is not as random as you think it is. You just don't know that it's not random yet. And that's the main thing about this game that absolutely envelops me is the more you play it, the more you realize you have more control than you think. You just don't understand it yet. There are rooms that you will play at the beginning of your experience that looks like just a pass-through room. There's some junk on a shelf. There's a table over here. There's some paintings on the wall, and it looks like nothing. But the more you play and the more you learn, you start to realize that there's 2 or 3 puzzles within that room you just didn't know they were there.
Holy shit.
Nothing has changed. All the same things are on the shelf. The paintings are still there. You just didn't know that they meant something until you got to a certain point where the game explained to you, you need to pay attention to that painting because that's telling you something that is going to help you beat this game. And so it has these moments of grand revelation where it's like, I've been playing this game for 4 fucking hours, and I just realized I've been walking past the very key that I need to progress every single run for the last 4 hours. I just didn't know it was a key. I didn't know that was an answer to a puzzle. And this game does that in a way where, yes, you're absolutely right. When you start this game off, you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea, except it shows me I want to get to the end of the house. So I'm going to play my cards down in a way where I just get to the end of the house, right? But the more you play and the more you do it, you realize it's not a straight line. You have to do other things to help flesh out this experience to get you to that endpoint in a different way.
That's wild. That's cool. Okay.
You can leave the house. There is shit all around the house on the grounds that you have no idea about that you continue to unlock. I will say that after 50 runs and
My
about
God.
maybe a dozen hours, I finally reached the 46th room. I'm not done because you realize, yeah, that's where the credits roll. And that's technically like the goal of the game is to get there. But man, there's so much more. There's so much more and like and because of the preceding 12 hours, I don't know if quote unquote more is just me finding more fun puzzles or if like there's more to like if there's an actual ending to this game because the game continues to teach you as you play. This is a game, if you like Myst, if you like Outer Wilds, if you like things that unfold in really interesting and mysterious ways, if you like the show Lost, which is like a unfurling mystery as you go, Blueprints has something for you. I play with a notebook at my side where I'm constantly scribbling down codes and clues, and it is a game that will swallow you if you let it. Wow. It is so good. It is so unique. It's one of my favorite games of the year so far, and it's a rogue game, which I hate. I hate rogue games, but this game has absolutely encompassed my life. I cannot recommend it enough, but it is not for everyone. Like this is definitely an investment kind of game. But it is also a game that you can pick up and play. You can do a run in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or you can do a run that lasts an hour and a half, depending on how deep you get and how far you explore the mansion and its surrounding grounds. I love Blueprints, man. It is so, so good. Yeah, and I don't like telling people that, like, I don't like when people say this show gets good after the 6th episode, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't like telling people they have to give something their time before they know if they like it. I will say that the more I play Blueprints, the more I like it.
Mhm.
There's just so much more to find. So that's Blueprints. It is an exceptional indie title. In a game in a time where everything is more expensive, it's part of your Game Pass and PlayStation Plus subscription. You should absolutely give it a shot.
This program is powered by Megadad's Boost, our public support program. You can join at patreon.com/Megadads. For over 10 years, Megadads has been bringing you the best in podcasts, reviews, interviews, family fun, and so much more. As an independent media organization, we rely on audience members like you to help support what we do, to ensure that Megadads can continue to bring you the great content that you enjoy. If you've been watching, listening, or playing along through the years, please consider lending your support by becoming a member of Megadads Boost. Memberships start for as little as $1 a month, and you can start collecting your Boost rewards from day one. Rewards like art cards, early access podcasts, reviews, gameplay clips, and so much more. Please visit patreon.com/Megadads and become a member today. You can help us continue to make more of that Megadads coverage you've loved over the last 10 years well into the future by becoming a member of Megadads Boost.
And that sound is the caboose, which means it's time to say goodbye with a recommendation of something outside the world of video games that we think you should try. And guess what I did?
What'd you do?
I went to the theater. Not a movie theater. Like we went to see a play. We were invited by the children's theater group in Minneapolis to go see the new show Frozen, based off of the Broadway show. We were given tickets, or part of being Megadads, being Minneapolis-centered creators. And so I took my wife and kids to go see Frozen, the children's theater company, and it was a great time. It was just as much fun to watch my kids watch the show than it was to be a part of the show. Like, it's Frozen. Like,
Yeah.
I like Frozen. Frozen's good. But to me, these new experiences that my kids have, that's where it's all at, man.
That's awesome.
Last year, I took my kids to the art museum. I took Elliot to his first concert. And so much of my enjoyment of these things is just watching my kids experience something radically different for the first time. Never done stuff like this. They loved it. We did a review on the channel. They just pushed our review on their Facebook page that the theater did, which was really fun.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they have your quotes on there. Yeah,
my kids have their first pull quotes, so I was able to show that to them when they picked them up from school, and they were so excited to tell their friends about it. So it's just a great time. I obviously, not everybody can go see this show because not everybody lives in this area, but there are children's theaters all over the country.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody in a metropolitan area has one. Take your kids to go see a show. It's a good time. We went at night. We got all dressed up nice and fancy. The kids were able to go out into a big group experience like this, and it's so much fun exposing your kids to the arts like that. Have you taken Lily to any shows like that? Do you think she's too young?
She's gone to like the equivalent of like kids concerts. Like she's seen like Blippi live, like which is a children's creator where they sing songs. She's seen I forget the name of the other one, Danny Go. So it's like they do kids songs. They have fun and like jump around and lights and stuff, and they teach them like life lessons a little bit. But she cried when she saw Blippi come out, like as if she was like someone seeing Michael Jackson live, where they cry and pass out. She's like, "It's him, he's here." And you're right, that experience of seeing your kids like having that is great. So hopefully she'll be able to do like even more. Like I have been myself personally like really wanting to do something live, like either a concert or a play, because there's something to that experience. Don't forget about those people. Highly recommend getting out there and touching some artisanal grass.
There you
in
go.
That way. My recommendation is medical shows. So if you have access, watch the new show, The Pit. I think it's actually on season 2 already. If you don't have access, go back and watch ER. What's the guy's name? They
Noah
brought the
Wiley?
star. Yeah, so he was in ER, obviously a mainstay character, and now he's heading up the Pit. And apparently, it's very well done. So I need to catch the Pit, but I watch ER all the time. We were talking about it in the Discord about the level, like the drama of that show, the action of that show, the interesting plot lines. It's a very thick show, but medical shows in general, the ones that are really good, like I watched a little bit of The Good Doctor, I watched a little bit of the there's like a couple of them that I dabble in, and
House. I love
they
House.
send to get me. My wife really loves House, and I watch House more now that I did in syndication that I when it was out. But yeah, it's very interesting. Check out some medical shows. I don't know what's the appeal of watching like the medical shows. I don't understand why I'm fixated on someone after a car accident. They're like trying to put their spleen back inside of them or whatever.
There's like the adrenaline of like the moment of the crisis, but then there's also like that examination of humanity and how fragile life is, right?
Yeah.
My wife and I are watching ER. We started last fall. We're on the final season. I watched ER when it was on NBC like 8 million years ago. And I remember getting burnt out on it because that show lasted like 15, 16 seasons. And I remember I watched it for like 9 years and then I dropped off. Now I'm actually watching the entirety of it. And there's something different about binging a show in a shortened period of time versus, you know, in the moment, shows would air for a season, then you'd have to wait all summer and then you'd watch another season. That was like 15 years of my life. I couldn't give 15 years of my life to ER. And now watching it back, I realized that there was never really a dip in quality. Like the show has been phenomenal all the way through.
Yeah.
Being able to watch it this way without having to dedicate years and years really helps me appreciate the entirety of this show. And I'm so excited to check out the Pit. It's on Max. I think I said in the Discord, I'm going to get a trial to Max, I think, after we get back from our trip. And I'm very, very excited because I've heard it's truly incredible. So that is ER on Hulu and the Pit on Max. And that's going to do it for this episode of Megadads Live. We are so glad that you chose to join us. Make sure that you're joining us in the Discord. The description, the link, all that stuff is in the show notes here. Make sure you like and subscribe, youtube.com/Megadads. And of course, check us out at Megadads Boost at patreon.com/Megadads. Every week, we boost this episode of Megadads Live 5 days early and ad-free for all of our Boost members. So make sure you check that out, patreon.com/Megadads. That's going to do it for this episode. We will see you next week for a new Megadads Live.